guys, it's me again. What's up? Today I'm doing a movie collection. I have quite a few movies. I guess it's not as big as everybody else's because, for one, I don't have a job. So I only get money around, like, birthdays and Christmas and stuff. So, and I usually I don't just spend it all on movies. I have other things too, so. I do have two movies that aren't with me that I let a friend borrow, but I'll still talk about them. I'll probably end up making this a two-part video because of I have like about 15 movies, and I kind of want to give a little bit about what it's about too. So I guess we'll start with my first movie, Step Brothers. Now, most of my movies are going to be rated R, but, they only make rated R movies, they only make good movies that are rated R. So, like, all the good movies are rated R, which I think is crap, like, Act of Valor, I want to go see that, but it's rated R, so I can't go by myself or just a few friends, which is crap. But, yeah, Step Brothers, pretty well known movie. At least in the United States. I don't know about anybody that's in a different country. I don't know how well you guys know this, but it's an amazing movie with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. It's pretty much about these guys who are like each of them are like 4 years old, and they live home with their parents. I guess Brennan and Dale. Brennan lives with his mom, and Dale lives with his dad, and their parents end up meeting at this conference for like hearing aids, because Dale's dad sells like hearing aids or something, and they end up like getting married, and there's a lot of language in this movie, but it is one of the best comedies out there. So if you ever want to watch this and your parents aren't too keen about language, or you're a little bit younger, I would suggest watching this by yourself and with the volume down if your parents are home. But it's an amazing movie. Yeah, I'll give it this. One negative thing I have about it is there's a lot of language. Like, some of it's not even necessary. I don't know if you can tell by now by my game reviews, but I don't really like language. But yeah, there's a lot of unnecessary language, like where they could have just substituted words in. But yeah, it's a good movie overall. Out of 10, I would probably give it a 9.5. The 9.5 being language. Other than that, it's a 10, but language is 9.5. So, my next movie, The Green Hornet. It's the newest one. And I recently just got this, and it's been $15 for the longest time, but it just came down to like $9, so I picked it up because I've been waiting to get this one for cheap for a long time. By the way, sorry, this is kind of like shaky. I'm doing it by hand. I don't have a tripod. I'm not that cool, but yeah. Anyways, it has Seth Rogen in it. That's probably the main star. You probably don't know that Jay Chow guy. I've never heard of him. But yeah, this is Seth Rogen. This is Jay Chow. And it's pretty much about, it starts off as Seth as a younger kid, and his dad owns a newspaper. And he's reporting, and his mother just recently died, and apparently he's been getting in a lot of school fights, and the reasoning for the first one was there's some bullies beating up a girl, and he was trying to stop them, and then he got in trouble for it, and it pretty much starts off as his dad, how they say it, his dad's being a dick, I guess, and that's just how that's just how they portray him. That's how they actually say him in like 17 times in the movie. But when his dad finally dies, he takes over, and Ji Chow is actually the guy who's the mechanic for his dad, and he makes him like coffee, and they end up working together. And as a bottom, you can see saving the world their own way, and it's because in the movie, if you ever seen it, it's the reasoning they do is they want to pose like villains but act like heroes, just so because they think, or Seth thinks that every superhero is stupid because they know that the good guy, if you start shooting people, you get the good guy like in your hand. Like he'll do whatever you say because you've been shooting people. So he wants to pose as a villain. So none of that ever happens, but eventually it does anyways. But yeah, that's their whole reasoning for posing as villains. But it is an amazing movie. It's rated PG-13. Really, it should be rated R because there is quite a bit of language. But other than that, it is an amazing movie. Yeah. So my next movie is The Hangover Part 2. Now, I got The Hangover Part 2 and not The Hangover because, for one, when the time I got it, I have only seen The Hangover Part 2. I haven't seen The Hangover itself. You're probably like, wow, that's retarded. Why would you see the second one instead of before you see the first one? Well, I never actually, since my sisters actually don't live at home anymore. It's just kind of me, and I don't think my parents would even let me get this. So I never actually saw it, and I was over at my friend's house. He's like, I told him I've never seen it, so he said let's go rent it. So we rented it and we watched it, and it's a hilarious movie. Again, it's rated R. It has language in it quite a bit, but it is super funny. I think personally, after I saw this one, I went out and I saw The Hangover. Personally, I think The Hangover Part 2 is better than the first one. Everybody else disagrees, but you know, it is just a hilarious movie. I actually watched it last night. Yeah, the whole story is it's pretty much about Alan, this guy right here. And in the first one, he roofies everybody, and they go out and, well, if you haven't known this is what happens. Like, he roofies everybody in the first one, and what happens with the roofies is when you wake up, roofies is a date rape drug, so whenever you wake up, you can't remember anything that happened. So, what actually happens is, once they're drugged, they go out and do all this crazy stuff, and they wake up in a place that they don't know where they're at. They don't know what they did. They don't remember anything. And the whole movie's about them trying to remember what they did to get something back. Well, in The Hangover 2, it's pretty much the same thing, except for Alan doesn't roofie them in their drinks. There's a kid, Stu is getting married in this movie, and the bride son is a teenager, and Alan, as you see at the bottom, calls everybody a wolf pack. He calls them a wolf pack, and he doesn't like the kid being around. And so what he does is, while they're having a bonfire on the beach, he takes 2 bags of marshmallows, and he spikes one of them with ADHD medication and muscle relaxants, and he wanted to give it to the kid so he could have a good time with the wolf pack. And but what happens is, well, I think it's Stu, actually, or I don't know who it is. Anyways, no, it's him. He sits down and he throws the marshmallows, so they get mixed up, and Alan can't remember which one is which. So they eat all the marshmallows, and of course they're drugged again, and they lost the kid, and they can't. They're just trying to figure out. That's actually his finger, but like Sounds like a great movie.